Thank you.
Alex, over here. Obviously, congratulations on the victory. But I have to start physically. How you feeling after a fight like that? Because we can see the bruising and everything. But just how you feeling?
Yeah, man. I got those Nate Diaz eyes, so I get skinned and I already know it's going to blow up and look worse than it is. Fortunately, face is actually really quite fine. I get painted easy. But I'm feeling pretty good. It was a short notice, couple week notice fight, so I feel it more in the lungs. He had a nice little combo in the second, to a little spin kick to the body, and maybe something the third. I felt like I was winning every round, but he caught a nice little combo in the second and the third that I was like, oh shit, I got to get those back. And so I feel a little bit, but I'm good. I feel real good.
And you said you felt like you were winning every round in there, but split decision. One of the scorecards was 30-27. So even Joe Rogan, and during this fight that just wrapped, the Marina fight, he's saying you don't know how the judges are going to score these fights.
No,
tonight.
you don't. No, man. I got done the same way on my last fight. I was hoping it was the same MMA gods that were going to give it to me this time, because I got a 30-27 in my last one and lost the split. Same thing happened to Austin this one, but I do feel like I did enough. I felt like it was a really competitive fight. He made some good adjustments. I made some good adjustments. I felt like I did it again. I just felt like he had a moment where I had more of the entirety.
Well, the commentary was also saying, they hadn't seen you're striking as crisp lately until this fight. With the stance switching, you kind of seem to be throwing him off. I know he was landing some stuff, but you were making adjustments on the fly too. So I guess how would you grade your actual performance in there outside of just being in a tough fight?
Yeah, I had a couple ugly hooks. I know that, where I was like, oh, that's fucking gross, And I did it where I kind of got a little too upright and kind of overswung, and I was like, that looks fucking lame. But I try to adjust those. The corner, is trying to tell me to tame it down. But shout out to my corner. Clay Matza and the dropouts, Brandon Royval, Luis Gruel, Rafa Wheel. Of course, Jason Yarrington, who wasn't able to be here this time, but he's always in my corner. Shout out Pedro Baca also. But I felt like we had some real clean and concise direction for the fight, trying to manage our range, our feints, and our counters. And again, I think with his new camp, he did some good things too, where he normally arbitrarily switches and feints too much. And so we were really going to capitalize on him on it. And he kind of comes in a little lazy and falls into his own demise often, some things I've done in the past. And so I was kind of ready to capitalize on a few of those things, but he did a good job kind of tapering himself also. So I had to get him a little more than I expected, him kind of running into some things. So yeah, I was, not stoked at my performance. I love a win. Obviously hadn't sat up on this fucking table in too long. So that's cool. But, there's a lot of improvements to make.
Do you kind of credit that to, like you said, this is a short notice fight? If you had a full camp, you probably wouldn't have made these sloppy mistakes like you called it?
I've been working hard. So there's some things I kind of need to just keep working on. But he was a real big boy. And so I might have just compensated a little bit in the way I was swinging a few times. I don't know if I'd blame it that. I just needed to clean a few things up.
So can we officially say featherweight's no more for you?
Man, I don't think so, dude. I mean, I've done all my best work at 55. I was reaching for something at 45 and didn't seem to seize it. And it was right there every freaking time, so it just pissed me off. I mean, just talking about makes me want to make the cut again. It's just to try to make it right, But it was miserable. It took a lot out of me. And it was like, man, if I'm going to walk this tightrope, I might as well do it enjoying myself, and go out on my terms. So, I think 55 is the way to do it. I have more fun. I'm enjoying myself. I think it's just a healthier way to train and fight. And again, fighting Austin Hubbard's a pretty big dude. So, if I can shut him down and manage him pretty well, I could probably handle most guys.
Do you ever regret the decision to go to featherweight, or is that something you felt you would have regretted not doing?
Plenty of fucking regrets. All right, dude. That's definitely that's on the list. All right, that's on the list. Yeah.
So, and just two more for me. So, like you said, healthier lifestyle at lightweight. Does that mean you want to be more active now because you don't have to dread this cut coming up?
Yeah, I enjoy doing like that. I enjoy getting into training, having fun, not having a monument in my mind for 3 months at a time, and everything just becomes before or after the date, before your whole life revolves around. I like having fun with my boys and the team and training, and then saying, who's out there? Oh, we got a call, we got to fall through, let's take it. It's a better way to live for me. It's kind of like, do this job because we like to think we're pretty good at it, but also it's something you choose to do. It's a fun way to live if you're doing it right. And so I like performing like that. Yeah, I think it's better for me.
Well, obviously a lot of big names both in the top 15 and outside the top 15 at lightweight. Are there any you have marks that you'd like to get your hands on in there?
I haven't looked at enough. I'm gonna try to stay healthy and kind of reflect on this. Like I said, I'm not like stoked on my performance or anything. I want to go back and watch it because, you know me, I'm real critical. So go back, watch it, kind of assess how I was feeling versus what it looks like, and maybe just try to like get right into something again before the end of the year. See who's open.
Hey, over here.
Hey.
I'm just curious, have you ever fought in Utah before? How was that experience like for you, fighting here in Salt Lake City at a higher elevation?
Dude, I'm about to take a Book of Mormon home with me, man. It's been a cool week. I really dig it. It's been a fun time out here. Caught a body today. On the way home from breakfast, saw someone get shot.
What?
My boy Raw Dog chased down the shooter. Kind of crazy. I was like, dude, we got shit to do today, bro. We don't have time to play like Ice-T's SUV. We gotta get to the fucking hotel. But that was kind of crazy. That was crazy. Outside of that, everyone's really friendly. So it was a cool experience the whole week. And yeah, I would do it again. I thought Denver was lower. I was comparing it to Park City, but turns out, we're used to training at like a slightly higher elevation, so that wasn't too shocking. But yeah, it's cool, dude. I like Salt Lake. It's a real clean kind of Denver, New Mexico hybrid. Pretty cool.
Can I ask for more details on what you saw?
Dude, yeah, just copped an avocado toast, walking home back to the hotel, and we turn this corner, and we hear like 5 shots rattle off. And Brandon loves to yell gunshots. I'm like, it could be fucking anything. But he's like, no, it's gunshots. And I'm like, it could be. And then we hear another like round. I'm like, that sounds a little gunshotty. And so then we kind of stop for a minute. People start running through the street, kind of crowding around. And dude, this guy's like wagging his tail, like he's kind of a little too excited about these gunshots. And I'm like, okay, maybe we'll get the lift home. Maybe we don't walk into it because everyone's like, dude, why are we still walking this way? And I was like, we gotta get back to we gotta warm up. But so we stop, about to order the lift, and then these guys come panting, like running past us. And Brandon goes, yo, what happened? He's like, nothing, just run. Turns out that was the guy with the gun. And then this fucking guy, there's some other guy that's kind of like solid and running behind him. And this guy, like a fucking Doberman, comes running after him too. And I'm like, dude, we got to go the other way. And he's gone. And if there's anything I learned this week, it's like, don't even try to chase Brandon. He'll find us. And so I'm like, bro, I'm warming up. I'm getting back to the hotel. So I start going that way. He's, fucking on the prowl like Sherlock Holmes. And he's chasing after him. And then eventually cops and Brandon sees this guy. And I went through my rollout and breath session, and everyone, made it back together. And so kind of a crazy start. Like, dude, just when I wrote off Salt Lake as like a pacifist town, they're about that life. So.
And that was today?
Yeah. That was this morning. That was like a pre-noon body count right there. Dude. Yeah, that was crazy.
That is not what I was like. That was awesome. All right, cool.
Yeah, it was a wild day. I like
crazy.
to say I saved someone, but I was a little too late. God bless.
Alex, right back here. Speaking of changing camps, you mentioned it earlier. You had left Factory X kind of recently. How did that affect this camp, and what are the plans going forward for you in terms of gyms?
Yeah, we're kind of working on something. Just kind of low key. Just some of the boys, getting together, kind of have this sort of Whitman model of like a small team focus. Clay Motz is running the show with us. It's like me, Brennan Royval, Louis Garril, Rafa Will, and we just kind of curating what we need, picking the bodies we need, and we got like a really good system running over there right now. We argue on team names every week. Just pretty much depends on who's fighting that week. So Luis called it the Rebellion 2 weeks ago. He just won 9-0. I'm calling it Dropouts, the Dropouts this week. Brandon's probably got some new shit for us next week when he beats Tashiri, whatever that kid's. Tyra, yeah. He beats Tyra. And so, it's still up in the air. Hopefully by the end of the year we'll have a pretty dope name. But, I like what we're doing. We found a good mojo, and we're having a lot of fun doing it. So.
And now speaking about Royval over here, obviously you had a great story about him earlier.
Yeah.
But what does it mean to you to have him in your corner, especially when he himself is getting, ready for his fight next week?
Oh, yeah, it's sick. Like I said, curating this corner was really about the people who are around me most, know me most, and who we're just having the most fun with. And so he's obviously, I've taken a lot from him. I like to think he's maybe taken a few things from me, but yeah, he's one of my best friends. And so it's cool to be with him and just have that kind of energy, between me, him, and Clay. We got a good feng shui, and we know how to communicate well with each other. Everyone on the team, we're all just kind of equals working together. And so it's a real cool thing. I got Jesse in the corner with me too. Shout out Bloody. And so, man, it's just been a cool vibe. We're just trying to have the most fun and the most good work output we can.
And now, after this victory brings you to 7-7 in your UFC career, how would you explain your tenure with the company? And do you think with each fight camp, each fight that passes by, do you think that you'll keep improving and getting better and better, evolving at most?
Yeah, I'm really excited about how we've been working right now because I feel like, talking about regrets earlier, some of the directions I've leaned in might have not been great for my career and maybe taking some bad advice. But also, yeah, it's been a bit of a roller coaster ride, man. And I've been trying to figure out, I'm still trying to figure it out. But if you can keep an enthusiastic mind, you can keep an evolution to yourself. And that's really what the name of the game's been, is enthusiasm these last 6 months and finding ways to evolve. And you can do that when you're excited. So I think, one fight at a time right now, but that was a fun experience.
And last for me, you said one step at a time, one fight at a time. Do you think that, you keep doing that, you keep sticking with that mindset, you might not, be making waves throughout the division, fight after fight, obviously, but you're bringing a fight to everybody, no matter who it is. Are you more concerned about putting forth good fights, or are you more concerned about getting to the top of the division right now?
I'm concerned with catching dubs. I need a W, and I want another W, and then another W. And then they'll keep coming together. I dropped the ball in the big scene the last couple times I've been out there. My last few fights have been the Apex, but the last two ones, which again, those 45 bouts, I almost wish I never did it. Every single one of them really kind of by a hair. And most of my fights are like that. Even if they go dramatically against me, it's like just a hairline moment away. And so it's nice to win on a big stage like that. It's really pretty cool. And I'm real critical of myself, but really just seizing the moment on that big stage against a real big guy, a tough guy, is good. So I just need to kind of soak that in and then do it again. And I think whenever you approach it with the right mindset, you'll find those finishes too. It's not like I wasn't not looking for it or trying to play it too safe. He was swinging big, I was swinging big. And so I think they kind of find themselves,
Every fight you're in, man, it's a good one. Thank you.
I appreciate that, really. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Sweet. Thanks, guys.